entrepreneurs who are making an impact. Specifically, for my role, I'm looking at environmental impact. We have activities all around the world. I'm based in Canada, but we have programs in the US, a climate tech accelerator in New York, and we are also partners in a fund in Singapore to manage and tackle the problems of plastics in the ocean with Circular Capital, a $100 million fund that was launched last year. So happy to be here today and listen to all your pitches.
Fantastic, thanks. Pelin.
Hello, this is Pelin. I am an entrepreneur myself. I founded 2 startups up to date, and the latest one is Security, which is a personal loan consolidation and restructuring platform in Turkey. I am based in Istanbul, and we help support financial inclusion thanks to our risk-based pricing algorithms, and we try to make sure that a certain amount of people stay healthily in the financial system instead of defaulting. And as an entrepreneur, as a second-time entrepreneur, it's great to be here in the judge panel. Thank you, and good luck, everyone.
Thank you. Last but not least, Arnaud.
Hello, I'm Arnaud Delatour. I'm the CEO of Hello Tomorrow. We are helping science entrepreneurs, that we call also deep tech entrepreneurs, by connecting them with investors and corporate partners or clients. To do that, we organize competitions. We also have some kind of acceleration programs. Our next event is also mid-November, the Hello Tomorrow Summit.
Great, well, good luck, guys. I would love for one of this, never mind. All right, pitching order, there we go. We're gonna start with circular algae and then go on to the rest. So I hope that you guys are all ready and excited for this to start. I'm gonna click through. Everybody, good luck. It's very strange not to be on stage pitching for this jury, but it's quite just as much exciting. And I'm really looking forward to see all your videos and hear your Q&As. So the first startup, circular algae.
Hello. Our startup is called Circular Algae, and the name infers the benefits we confer by collecting and valorizing the algal blooms that plague our coastal seas. Uniquely affected is the Baltic Sea here in the background, when in the summer months you can see an algal bloom covering 380,000 square kilometers, or about the size of Japan or Germany. On ground level, of course, the reality is grim. There are many dead zones and fisheries are collapsing. Here is where we come in. We use satellite data to track, predict, and collect harmful algal blooms, thus providing value to paying customers, being governmental institutions and also fish farms, to offset their nutrient pollution. We take the algae and sell it to biogas and animal feed manufacturers, and in the process we save a huge amount of CO2, which is sold on carbon trading markets. Our beachhead markets are animal feed industry, carbon trading, and biogas manufacturers in the vicinity of Baltic Sea. And the beachhead markets are in very strong long-term growth trend, and final market size is measured in hundreds of billions of euros. In addition, the Green Deal set down by the European Commission adds 260 billion euros per year to these numbers. Our customer value proposition is simple. Algae used as fish and animal feed is most environmentally protective. In addition to saving arable land and fish stocks, feeding cattle also cuts their methane production over 98%. And by replacing wild algae into animal feed, we can save 50% of ecological footprint of dairy industry and meat industry, and 95% of water used for growing those crops. Our products are thus animal feed and biogas, fermenter additives, pollution and carbon offset services, and in the end we want to extract high-value biologicals. Here on the right you can see how blue-green algae compares to usual crops used in feed. For our customer discovery, we have divided into 2 parts, because in our latitudes algae collection is seasonal and it would make sense using existing infrastructure. We found out that industrial fishing is also lacking in summer, and some of the fishers have allowed us on their vessels to evaluate our technology capabilities on their vessels. And also we talked to customers, mainly the meat industry, and they said that they would love to have lower environmental footprint claims or stickers on their products. In year 5, thus we aim to produce over 10,000 tons of algae, and with 40% profit margin, we can make a profit of over 3 million euros. And we want to grow the business considerably for a year 10 to produce around 500,000 tons. This producing 500 tons would allow us to offset around 15% of the whole Estonian CO2 emissions. And why is because blue-green algae are very specific. They produce CO2 equivalent gases like methane while growing and also while decomposing. So we save a huge amount of CO2 if we collect the excess algae. When compared to waste recycling, we see that the benefit is huge. And if we're doing municipal waste recycling, we should be collecting those excess algae clogging our seas. We are a team of experts in biochemistry and biotech, and logistics and supply chain analysis. We feel a duty to take action and reverse the damage being done to our seas by leveraging the algal capacity to benefit both the environment and the economy for generations to come. Thank you. Hello. Our startup is called
We can't hear.
Naomi, you're not audible. Could you please unmute your microphone? Yeah.
Can everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So I was talking for about 2 minutes without. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So I just said thank you for that nice video. And it's time for the Q&A. One technical questions. Can you guys see who is talking, or you see the 4 jury members in the screen? So I would love for the startup in the Q&A that we can see them as well.
Yes.
But I'm not sure about the settings. There we go. All right, so I hope you guys are ready. Circular algae. Somnath, are there any backup slides that need to be shown? Do I need to stop sharing my screen?
Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen, and if the pitchers want to share the screen, they can do that during the Q&A.
Great. All right.
Yes.
So if that's the case, please go ahead now.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Congratulations for the business, but it was not so clear for me the necessary structure for the operation, which besides identifying the areas, I imagine that have a big logistical operation to collect the algae. Well, my question is, how many jobs do you imagine to create with this business?
Thank you for the congratulations, Marcia. I hope everybody can hear me. Yes?
Yes.
And also thank you for the question. The operation itself is envisioned in a very large scale, of course. A good thing with algal blooms is that they concentrate the biomass in a very large amount in certain areas, in particular in Baltic Sea, because it happens to be in almost the whole sea at certain times. But when we compare this to municipal waste recycling, and why we did that is because we haven't found any precedent that anybody has collected wild algae in that way. Then we find that for every ton of algae or municipal waste collected, algae collection creates 6.5 jobs, versus municipal waste which collects 2.5 jobs.
Could I go?
Yeah.
Hello. Congratulations, first thing. I actually have two questions. My first question is related to the previous one. When you say the algae collection, basically you are also using an element of the sea to decrease the CO2 emissions. But do you do any environmental harm to the seas themselves when you take that algae out of the sea? That's number one. And number two, what stage is the startup at the moment?
Mm-hmm. Again, thank you for the question. And number one answer is, in fact, our business grew out of a Baltic Sea hackathon in last autumn. And the main goal was to extract as much as possible of waste, which is especially relevant to the Baltic Sea. So toxins and also nutrient pollution, which is the huge problem, by applying some process in the scale. And we found out that we also save a lot of CO2 in the process. So the point is that if we manage to extract a lot of these excess nutrients by this excess algae that die every year and cause, when decomposing, dead zones, we can really help the ecological state of the sea. And number two, our startup right now is in the process, as we have described. We have some preliminary agreements with some parties. So we next season we are really testing the different collection approaches, which is also important. We know that we can already collect algae, but it's very important for the business model side. If we want to get a direct access to CO2 for the markets, we have to have a very established process, and it will depend on the technology.
Time is going fast, guys. So question and answers as short as possible to allow more. I think, Arnaud, you had a question as well. So let's do that one and then continue.
Yes, thank you. I didn't get, because you say that nobody else does that. Why nobody else does that? And why do you do it? I mean, what different do you bring compared to, is it a technical innovation? Is it, so yeah, that's the main question.
I'll try to make it quick, but algae business has been through many ups and downs depending on its main competitor, fossil fuels. But what has happened in the decades is a lot of new innovations has come out, and especially recently in collecting algae, while our seas has become more and more concentrated with those same algae. And we find that together with this newfound will in especially European Union by the Green Deal and carbon trading, we can make this project work by these three developments.
Thank you so much.
One last short question. To complement your previous answer, what's your competitive advantage? What prevents others to start doing the same, and why are you the ones that will own the majority of the market?
Mm-hmm. So for startups, it's always a very hard question. Our competitive advantage is definitely that we're on it first. Also, our team. I've been working in biotechnology for over 10 years, and also trying to extract something from a very dilute solution. Also there are some technologies that, of course, quite a few are already published in recent papers, but that are already testing, and do not want to divulge too much, but we think that they are the ones that are going to crack this problem.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Let's continue with the next team, which is EcoCiclo.
Hi, do you know that a person who menstruates uses at least 15,000 sanitary pads during their lifetime, and that the first sanitary pad created in 20th century is still on Earth? This is too much trash for too long in our planet, and we have to do something about it.
I am very sorry for pausing this, but I am forgetting. Oh. Hi, I'm very sorry for pausing the video. I'm forgetting that the jury needs just a minute to score before continuing to the next video. I'm very sorry. So take a minute and then we'll continue to the next one. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Fantastic. All right, I'll start in the next video.
Hi, do you know that a person who menstruates uses at least 15,000 sanitary pads during their lifetime, and that the first sanitary pad created in 20th century is still on Earth? This is too much trash for too long in our planet, and we have to do something about it. My name is Carla Godoy, and I'm proud of being part of the EcoCiclo team. EcoCiclo's mission is to produce the first 100% biodegradable sanitary pad in Brazil. A common sanitary pad is toxic because it's plastic, it causes allergy, and it's bad for women's health. This is why we created the first 100% biodegradable, vegan, and hypoallergenic sanitary pad. But more than that, we are going to create a chain of women who take care of each other, because our manufacturing centers are going to be placed in needy communities, so we can employ women in vulnerable situations. In our 5th year, we plan to be employing 72 women in our productions. Our deal is to sell EcoCiclo at a price of $1.6 to women who could resell into their communities at a price of $2. We thought about this business model because it's a tested business model in Brazil, and because we could help those women to generate an extra income for them. In our 5th year, we plan to have 7,000 resellers of EcoCiclo in Brazil. Our beachhead market is going to be the state of Bahia, Brazil, which has a population that menstruates of 3.7 million people, and we want to reach 2.7% of this market. And of course, in the years ahead, we want to sell to the whole Brazilian territory, because as you can see, we already have demand for the whole territory. Our customer value proposition are for early adopters are going to be people who menstruate and who are concerned with the environment, because we biodegrade in 6 months compared to the others. We are 4 times cheaper than our first competitor, and we are 100% biodegradable. We are vegan and non-toxic, but more than that, we are going to give our customers an opportunity to participate in the emancipation of women. Our product, this is our product. It's a 100% biodegradable sanitary pad, mainly made of celluloses and liner. We have developed EcoCiclo under international and national standards, and we have tested our product ourselves. We think that EcoCiclo is the most democratic option in the market, because in a world where running water and sanitation is really hard to find for most women, EcoCiclo is practical and sustainable. In our customer discovery, we interviewed 40 people who menstruate, and we received 1,000 answers on Google Forms, because we've been doing this since the beginning of the development of the project. We asked questions about demography, demand test, and business model, but we found out something really interesting. Our customers think that what's practical is not sustainable, and what is sustainable is not practical, like the options that they already have in the market, like the menstrual cup and the reusable pad. They study and work, they have a double shift, they would pay more for sustainable option for their menstruating period, and they still feel uncomfortable when buying sanitary pads. Our financials, we want to be profiting almost $3 million in our 5th year, and we want to have a market share of 0.13% of the Brazilian market of our climate impact. This is something really important. EcoCycle biodegrades in 6 months, when the common sanitary pads, they biodegrades in 500 years. And a person who uses common absorbent during their lifetime, they produce 200 kilos of CO2 emissions, and using EcoCycle, we could reduce it to 70%, which means less 140 kilos of CO2 emission per person less in the world. We have long, short dreams. You want to build 2 factories in different communities by 2022 and to be distributed to the entire Brazilian territory. We want to reach 1 million people who menstruate by replacing regular pads until 2023, and we want to be present throughout all Latin America by 2025. And this is our team dream. And against the logic of the market, we are a team mainly made of women, diverse women. This is Patricia, our marketing and sales director. She has 6 years of experience in the area of sustainability. This is Helen, our executive director. She has 5 years of experience in project management and technology. This is me. I'm the financial director. I have 4 years of experience in economic and financial projects. And this is Adriel, our product development engineer, engineering technician in chemistry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will stop sharing my screen, which means it is time for Q&A with EcoCycle. So I hope you guys are ready, and feel free to share your screen if you have any backup slides. Questions from the jury?
I can't share my video.
Somnath, can you help Carla with sharing her screen?
I'm blocked.
Yeah, I think she can do
Here.
that. Oh, yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go. Questions from the jury?
Well, congratulations, Carla, from
you.
Brazil too. Well, could you talk a little more? How do you plan that low-income women can be consumers of this product? Because the cost is not very low, I think, in the market, Brazilian market.
Yes, compared to the normal absorbents, they are our product is a little bit more expensive, and we think that first of all, EcoCycle is going to work in those communities to generate income in those communities. We're working with women from those communities, so we think that generating more income in those communities are going to increase their natural income, so they're going to be able to change their minds and start buying products, biodegradable products that are a little bit more expensive. So we plan to work towards that, like working in the main problem. I think.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question, Pelin.
Hello, Carla. Congrats on the thing. It's pretty awesome, what you're doing. Could you talk a little bit about the competition? Because you've mentioned that, as the competition would come into the market, you would have already decreased your prices, but there is international players who are already producing biodegradable products. And what are their chances of entering Brazil in the near future with lower prices than your product?
That's a really good question. About competition, we have a first competitor here in Brazil that is an international seller that sells biodegradable sanitary pads in Brazil, but the price is too expensive. So when they compete with us, we really win with the price. And they do not, they are not 100% biodegradable. We are the ones that are 100% biodegradable. And when we think about competition with the other industries, we think that we can work with them to thinking about a sustainable world, a sustainable development. We think that we can work within that, to produce and to make like the 100% of the sanitary pads distributed in the market are biodegradable.
What would you need to launch in other countries? So I understand that you have a huge market already, but this is a need that every woman in the world has. So what would you need? What would be your plans to launch in other countries?
Thank you for that question. We developed EcoCycle under international standards, thinking about that because it's a huge market. Like in all over the world, there are women that menstruate, and we need to change that, to tackle that problem. The main thing that we need is that we have to patent our product in all of the countries that we are planning to go. We have a patent here in Brazil. And money, we need money to expand our production, to start a production here in Brazil, to expand it to other countries.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We've actually already run through the 3 minutes of Q&A. That goes super fast.
Thank you all.
But thank you so much. I'll give the jury a minute or two to fill out the scorecards. Again, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. And when everybody has given me the thumb, I'll continue to the next one, which is Elven Technologies, by the way. I see you're already set. Great. Ready to continue? Let's do it. All right. There we go.
Elven Technologies is a high-tech personal protection apparel startup. We make the first ever fireproof firefighter uniforms in the world and sell them to the governmental fire departments for $4,000 through the governmental tenders. Our beachhead market is Georgia, with 4,000 active firefighters and $4 million of annual market value. And first, we plan to scale in the regional market with $170 million of annual market value, and later scaling to the Europe, US, and Canada. We offer our customers to save $1,000 per uniform, as well as save 50% of the firefighter injury healthcare costs and about 30% on fire damage costs. And this is about $1 million per year in Georgia and $34 million in the regional market. Our uniform is built with the innovative combination of novel flame-resistant materials and an active cooling system. And we have already done some lab tests and have achieved 6 times longer flame resistance for the material combination and 200 times longer resistance with the cooling system. Our uniforms are 20% cheaper and 2 times lighter and are easy to refurbish. We have conducted interviews in Tbilisi, Chicago, New York, and Washington, D.C., and here's what we found out. So we thought that firefighters wanted super flame-proof and high-tech uniforms, but it turns out that what they really want is lightweight and comfortable uniforms. And we knew from the research that uniforms are replaced every 5 to 10 years, but we found out that current uniforms are damaged in the flames so easily that they need to be replaced every 2 to 5 years. And we also believed that the product certification to the regulatory standards was a must, but Georgian Emergency Service that agreed to 6-month pilot project, including the lab and field testing of our product that will take us to the TRL level 6. And we already have an MVP and are basically ready to start the pilot. We just need $6,000 to build the first batch of the uniforms for this pilot. We plan to capture at least 50% of the beachhead market in the next 5 years and generate about $1 million of profit per year. And the major profit drivers are the number of customers, product price, and the product life. Our goal is to protect human life and safety, and we can save the lives of 300 firefighters worldwide every year and help them save 8,600 civilians and prevent 28,000 firefighter injuries. We also estimate at least 20% increase in firefighting efficiency, so we can help Georgian firefighters save about 18,000 tons of CO2 from forest fires in Georgia. And we plan on refurbishing the uniforms and reselling them for a discounted price. And we can refurbish 100% of raw materials combined from 2 takes, and that doubles the lifetime of raw materials and saves about 27 tons of CO2 equivalent only in the beach and market. We founded Elvan Technologies with a dream to build the next generation spacesuit for the historical first manned mission to Mars. And our goal is to protect human life and safety with high-tech uniforms and products and to become a global high-tech PPE company. And we plan to achieve a valuation of $20 million by 2023. My name is Vamek. I'm an ex-physician who chose the path of science, engineering, and entrepreneurship. George, our CTO, has more than 15 years of experience in engineering and has been a CTO of several high-tech startups. Alexander is an expert on human physiology and currently manages the R&D process. And our combined understanding of human physiology, biology, and engineering is a key driver of innovation at Elvan Technologies. We have a brilliant costume designer, Bella, who took the uniform design to a brand new level, and 2 advisors who are also our first angel investors. Miranda is a top MBA in Georgia, and currently she's a CFO of Gazelle Finance. And Rebas is an experienced product guy, currently a head of product at Shutterstock. This is it. Thank you all for your time and attention, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Thank you. Hey, everybody.
Hi, thanks so much for that. It is time to open up the table for some questions from the jury. Who would like to go first?
I'll share the screen.
Yeah, perfect.
Some slides here. Ready when you are.
All right,
Shall I go?
go ahead.
Hello. So what materials do you use for your uniforms? And, you know, as they become more proof, let's say, more fireproof, does that material actually cause more environmental harm than the existing ones?
Okay, thanks a lot for the question. For the materials that we use, there are several different materials. I can't name them, unfortunately, because we still don't have an IP. But the whole idea is the combination becomes flame-proof. It's not each individual material itself. We found a special combination, a special order to place them. And more of these materials burn, they just don't burn. That's the whole idea. They just conduct temperature very slowly, but they just don't burn themselves. Even in very, very high flames, you can technically swim in lava with it. Yeah. So it doesn't really cause any harm to the nature, but it saves lives of the firefighters. Yeah.
And can it be applied to any other industries other than just the firefighters, you think?
Yes, of course. We just decided to enter this market because we had the biggest competitive advantage in this industry, as the industry hasn't seen an innovation in 50 to 60 years after the Kevlar and Nomex invention. So yeah, we did the market research of 10 to 15 different industries, but this was the best one. And saving lives is a cool thing to do.
Great. Marcia, I think you...
No.
Question? Oh, okay.
Because the question is similar.
Sylvain?
Yes, specifically about your environmental impact.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a stretch. You're calculating it on firefighters being more efficient. I'm curious, how did you get to that number, and is that a long-term competitive advantage or not? Just you had to fill the slide for today.
Yeah, to be frank, we tried to stretch it. Yeah, you're right. But the calculation is quite simple. It's the forest burns cause the emissions of CO2 in 2 ways: the fire itself that emits, and then the inability of that forest to absorb for at least 25 years, minimum 25 years. So we just combined the amount of CO2 that is released from those 2 sources And what amount of fires we have in Georgia every year. The 20% efficiency of firefighting is just the assumption that we have. We haven't proved it yet. But I mean, the whole idea is that firefighters can't really approach fire yet even with the modern uniforms, so they have to extinguish it from a very 5 to 10 meters distance, which makes it very ineffective because you can't really aim at the source. And our uniforms actually gives the ability to stand inside the fire and work that way. So it should be at least 20%. But yeah, the calculation is just a simple calculation. There are the sources down there which we used for the numbers to see the burn numbers and stuff.
Yeah, certainly encourage you to go get that certified by a third party or someone else, because if it's true, it's a big deal. But it didn't seem like that at this point.
That's in the plan. Certified is in the plan. We just need some money and to finish the MVP, obviously.
Maybe a quick question to proceed at scale. Would you do it yourself or work with a closed manufacturing company?
Yeah, great question. Basically, the plan right now, we want to go all the way ourselves, but the plan right now, which is more logical, is just to sell in Georgia, maybe the regional market, just to prove the point. And there are multiple companies there who manufacture this stuff. They know how to do it. They have all the capabilities. And we just, the best way to make a lot of money as soon as possible is to license the IP and the manufacturing document to them. And then just be on the percentage of the sales and continue to build the next technologies for the spacesuit, because the goal is still the spacesuit.
All right, thank you guys. That's the 3 minutes already. Thanks so much for asking, and thanks for answering the questions. We'll give the jury a minute or two to fill out the scorecard. Thanks.
Great. I'm struggling to stop the sharing. Here it is.
There's a question / suggestion from Herculean Climate Solution to 11 Technologies about the other uses of your possible technologies. So you might want to look at the chat.
I didn't quite get that last. Could you repeat?
Please shoot. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, Herculean Climate Solution was suggesting them with some of the possible uses of their technology. So maybe it might be useful for them to have a look at the chat.
Thank you. Is that a suggestion or a question?
I'm a bit confused. Maybe a question and also like a suggestion.
It's Jerry. I added some suggestions of further usage in the chat.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
check the chat.
Great.
Cool. Everybody ready to continue? Okay, so green coins, get ready. Here comes your video.
Imagine leading a healthier life. Imagine reducing your carbon footprint in the process. To top it all, imagine getting paid for all this. What if I told you our new app is doing exactly this? Namaste everyone, greetings from the top of the world. I'm Suyam there representing Green Coins, where our mission is to consistently innovate climate change mitigating products. Our first product, Walkman, is a mobile application where users can earn green coins just by walking or cycling, which in return can be used for either discounts or free giveaways in our platform. We help startup businesses grow their sales by creating an urgency through discounts and free giveaways, and in return charge commission based on every sales. Our featured market in the consumer segment are employees between the age of 20 to 40 who are conscious about their health and work-life balance, whose pay scale is less than $1,000 and who are residing in Kathmandu Valley. The local market size is 1.5 million, the national market size is 3.9 million, whereas the global market size is 50 million. We deliver various benefits to our customer, the measure being transforming walking into a fun activity so that users can not only compete with their peers, but have a sense of contributing to the environment at the same time. This is a glimpse of our product. Our competitive advantages are we have already developed a proprietary software and we have already established a long-term relationship with 200 plus business partners. And we are in the process of acquiring a registered trademark. We also conducted a small survey between 200 app users. Our key assumptions were users who normally choose environment-friendly products over the counterparts, are aware of work-life balance, are more attracted towards discounts and offers. Our key learnings were that users, everything was found to be true except the first one, which was users normally would choose environmentally friendly products over the counterparts because they were more conscious about the price. Talking about the calculations, our profit per year is predicted to be 25 lakhs, where our customers must be 5,000, which is 3% market share of our beacher market, 1.5 million. The profit per customer per year should be 500, and profit per customer is 2,000 over the year of 4 years. Three key drivers are number of customer, market share increment, and life of the customer. Talking about the climate impact, whereas business in users help reducing 30 tons of carbon dioxide, whereas Walkman help reduce 263 tons of carbon dioxide over the period of 5 years. Also, 1 green coins is equivalent of reducing 8.19 gram of CO2, based on the calculation of TCO2 emission of 125cc vehicles, which is the lowest in the segment. So that the more green coins you earn, the more you are contributing to the environment. We are a team of 5, myself being the CEO, Susmita is our business development officer, Sasmi is our content writer, Ganesh is our developer, and Susant is our chief technical officer. Our dream is to launch at least 10 innovative climate change mitigating products by 2025, to achieve 10 million users US dollar valuation by 2025, and finally to generate at least 10 million green coins through our users, which is equivalent of reducing 8 million kgs of TCO2 emission. The widespread adoption of environment-friendly and socially distanced alternatives to the overcrowded mode of public transportation for short distance becomes especially pertinent in the aftermath of the pandemic. The virus can adapt, but can we? We always talk about adopting a healthier lifestyle and reducing our carbon footprints, but it's high time we asked ourselves the question, are we ready to walk the talk? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are you ready for the Q&A? See if you can share your video.
I'm not being able to share my video.
I think you'll get access any second now. So Nath, if you can help. Yeah, there we are. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
All right, questions from the jury. I'll start the 3 minutes after the first question has been asked. I see Arnaud has unmuted himself, so I assume there's a question there.
Yes, you mentioned the customer survey with some learnings, but did you actually tested what you wanted to sell, and did you have a confirmation that they would be willing to pay to what you want to provide?
Yeah, we have launched our beta app in 2019 February. So we already have about 4,000 active users, and we sold about 205 products through our apps so far. So that's our traction. So I think that answers your question about sales.
So next question. So your app is live. It's in the market. People can download it and install it. This is a type of app where customer acquisition will be a key driver of your model. What's your strategy for getting people to install the app and then continue using it so that they become active users of your solution?
Okay, so the primary part is to grow the places where green coins is accepted. For example, right now we have already partnered with 200 plus banks, but in the long run, and next, what we are doing is we have also developed an API where users can not only use green coins in our platform, but also can, we are also approaching e-commerces where they will be now approaching green coins in their platform. So that would be one of the way. And also we also have this Green Partners API where until now only walking green coins could be on only through walking and cycling through our app, but through our Green Partners API, environment friendly enterprises like a rainwater harvesting company, recycling and upcycling company, or electric vehicles company for that sake can give away green coins to their customers. So then we have a common customer base, and then that's also another strategy to grow our business. So I think that's the two major strategies that we have thought about so far.
Thank you. Yeah, true partnership makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
Hélène?
Yes, actually, like in terms of the green coins themselves, how are they different than digital money and normal coins? Like if I didn't get the thing wrong.
Okay, so actually, we also have a plan to transform this currency into a cryptocurrency after implementing blockchain technologies. So in the near future, but right now we are just a point by like users can accumulate this, generate this point just by walking, and so it's just it's just not a currency, but it can be used only for either discounts or free giveaways in our platform or in our partners platform. So it's not a currency for now, it's just a point. Yeah.
And is it subject to any regulation at the moment with accumulating points?
Okay, so we do not have to deal with such regulationary actions so far, because since we are just a point which is generated by eco-friendly low carbon traveling. So unless we transform it into a cryptocurrency, since cryptocurrency is banned in Nepal and India, so then we may be facing some regulation issue. But for now, since we are just a point, we don't have such issues. Thank you.
One more super quick question.
Sure.
If there is one, and otherwise we'll continue.
How is the environmental impact calculated when you compare it to all the other digital payment stuff that you're doing?
Okay, first there are two different ways that we have ended up in calculating the impact. The first one is we have assigned each green coin with carbon equivalent, that is 8.19 gram of CO2, which is based on emission rate of 125 cc vehicle motorcycle, which is the lowest in the segment in Nepal. And so 125 cc of vehicle motorcycle emits about 85 cubic micron of pollutant. And then we also give away 100 green coins for every 10,000 steps. So finally, after equating this equation, we get that each green coin is equivalent of reducing 8.19 gram of CO2. So that's one method. And Sushant will would add up on the second way of calculating the emission. Sushant, our co-founder.
Yes, hello all. That's our basic way of calculating the amount that has been decreased. Like Swam he said, we are equating the equation using if a vehicle travels a kilometer, there is a carbon emission, and if the person choose to walk instead of using the vehicle, it is good for the environment. And by this way, we have calculated that even a step has a good impact in the environment rather than choosing the motor vehicle and fossil fuel used vehicles.
We have to wrap this up, guys.
I'd like to add up one small point.
Very small point.
Okay, so since we assume that like our threshold velocity is 20 km/h, so if any users crosses that velocity speed, then their data will be detected, assuming that no people can walk or cycle with a speed above that. So that's also another assumption.
Okay, that was a very long point, but thank you. We'll have to wrap this up, guys. The 3 minutes are a long one. Thanks for answering the questions. We'll give the judges a few minutes again, and then it's time for Herculean Climate Solutions to get ready. And I see you guys already are, so that's great. So hang in there for a moment. Thanks. After the next presentation and Q&A, we'll have a 5-minute break, just so everybody knows. You don't have to run for the bathroom now. You can do that in a couple of minutes. Everyone ready? Fantastic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Herculean Climate Solutions presentation. Imagine for a moment a father and a teenage daughter talking about a climate project from school. She says, "This climate crisis is all your fault, Dad. You and your generation made this mess. What are you going to do about it?" I was that teenage daughter. My father, Steve, set up HCS with Jerry to answer this challenge. The process we will describe today is our latest and largest solution that is big enough to address climate change. 40 billion tons of CO2 are produced each year. Around 4 billion tons comes from the thousands of cement plants, steelworks, and chemical plants around the world. These huge industries face increasing carbon taxes and costs. To stay in business, they urgently need multi-million-ton solutions on the same scale as their problem. We will supply these operating companies with a bold new process that will convert their CO2 waste into a stable bicarbonate solution. Operators will buy a license from us and pay a small disposal fee for every ton of CO2 removed. Our new CO2 disposal process will build a huge new industry, creating large numbers of skilled jobs, protecting communities and future generations. We are focusing initially on the lime industry, that's calcium oxide, not tequila. The president of the International Lime Association has offered to support us with trials on his production site here in Malaysia. There are currently no affordable solutions for most of these CO2-heavy industries. Despite this, they will continue to operate, even as other sectors decarbonize. The process can also be used with any source of CO2, including from direct air capture. Current CO2 capture systems and disposal, such as CCS and BECCS, cost hundreds of dollars per ton and have still not been widely deployed. The HCS system will dispose of the CO2 at a significantly lower cost, projected at between $20 and $30 per ton, economic enough for most operations. Mimicking and accelerating natural limestone weathering, our process may be licensed by any operator or project developer. High concentration CO2 is taken from the customer's capture system. The gas is combined with seawater and crushed limestone in the HCS bicarbonation process. At a cement or steelworks, the relatively small HCS unit is located alongside the main production plant. The unit produces a large flow of seawater with an elevated level of calcium bicarbonate dissolved within it. The water is returned to the sea, where it helps reverse acidification. We have spoken with the European and World Cement organizations, the ILA, and companies operating in the sector. They recognize that the bicarbonation process will take several years to develop and deploy at a large scale, and we need to start now. It will take time for full-scale units to enter operation. When they do, they will generate large revenues from two sources: a design license of $500,000 paid by the operator to build the plant with their existing construction partners, and a small charge for each ton of CO2 processed. Profits in year 10 would be $35 million. As we are all too aware, the climate challenge is enormous. Significant progress is being made in energy efficiency improvements, renewables, and better storage. However, the elephant in the room is the IPCC's target of 10 to 20 billion tons per year of negative emissions, which requires actual CO2 removal, not avoidance of releases. The HCS bicarbonation process is big enough to solve a meaningful part of this problem. We envisage having 100 units operating by year 10. By year 15, we anticipate 600 to 700 plants operating, removing 500 million tons per year, and ambitious expansion thereafter. We have a varied and growing team. Co-founders Steve and Jerry are world-wide chemical engineers. Charlie, myself, and Rohit contribute our marine, environmental, and sales expertise. Paul and Paul have been invaluable advisors, and Errol and his team provide engineering services. Our dream is to build a process that can remove 1 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that. Feel free to share your screen if there's any backup slides that you wish to use. And otherwise, I'll open it up for the jury to start firing questions. Go for it.
I have a question. Do you already have a pilot plan to prove the concept and maybe also do the calculation in terms of cost and everything? And the second question is, you say that it could help acidification of the oceans, but does it mean that the byproduct wouldn't be stable when put back in the ocean and therefore release the CO2?
Yeah. So we've identified a engineering outfit that can build us a test rig. So we're designing that in detail with them at the moment. So we'll be starting test rig work in the next few weeks. And to answer your second question, the bicarbonate is the, here we go. Here's one we prepared earlier. So bicarbonate is the stable form of carbon in the ocean. So there's 37,000 billion tons of bicarbonate in the ocean already. And it is the buffer solution which stabilizes the pH of the sea at around 7.8 to 8.
And yeah, to follow up on that question, actually, we are producing loads and loads of carbon dioxide in the world. And what happens if we start producing lots and lots of stable calcium bicarbonate in the oceans?
Yeah, so the natural equilibrium system in the carbon cycle in the Earth is limestone weathering. So rain falls through the air, it absorbs a little bit of CO2, it reacts with the limestone and goes into the sea. And what we're doing is industrializing that process in order to be able to allow it to catch up, because at the moment, although it does do the work, it's been overtaken and it can no longer handle the very high load that we've handed it. So our process is to allow that to be addressed and rebalanced.
Yeah, so what we're doing, in fact, is enhancing a natural system and fitting in with what's already in the ocean. We're not doing something which is new, and we're giving the ocean a push in the right direction rather than the wrong direction.
And you're starting with lime, and you want to go to concrete next. What would be the steps? Like, what do you have to prove first, and how do you scale to other segments?
Yeah, so the other way around, you've got a cement industry which, by the nature of its product, is releasing CO2. They can't avoid it because limestone breaks down into the lime, calcium oxide, they want plus CO2. What we do is take the CO2 and put it together with additional limestone, and it then takes 2 carbon atoms instead of the one that it's got. So the one from the CO2 plus the one that's already in the limestone, and that goes to the ocean. So that's the end product is the calcium bicarbonate salt in solution.
So to answer your question, Sylvain, we're starting with the lime industry rather than calcium cement. because we know a guy in the lime industry, and he happens to be a chap I've worked on with a project in the past. And the lime industry has the advantage of being a tenth of the size of the cement industry, yes, and is run by family businesses in Germany and elsewhere around the world. So it's a high capital, long-lasting, relatively small pieces to work with, rather than trying to eat the whole cement industry all in one go.
So it's really your go-to-market. But then,
yeah, it's very much it's a good beachhead market. There's a number of other things that we would also work with, but that's a great place to start.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's it for the 3 minutes already. Time flies when you're having fun. That also means, so thank you guys for that. It also means the first 5 teams have now pitched. Congratulations, guys. Please do hang around for the other people. I see some good tips and back and forths going on the chat. So that's just really great to see that even, we're not all meeting in person. There's still people taking the time to, help others out. I love seeing that. So let's take a 5-minute break and let's reconvene here at, so let's make it 10 past 5. We'll all be back here for the next pitch, which is by Nano Labs. I have a classic cat problem on my hands here. He actually knocked over a glass of water on my laptop, so I'm going to deal with that. The jury has some time to fill out the scorecards. We can all run to the bathroom and see each other back here at 10 past 5. Just mute yourselves and switch off the video, and then I'll see you guys back in a few minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I think we're still missing 2 jury members, so we'll wait a little bit for them. There we have 1. Hooray! There's only 1 missing. And then it's time for the presentation of Nano Labs. So I hope you guys are ready for that. There we go. We're all here. Fantastic, guys. All refreshed. Ready to roll. I'm going to start in the presentation of Nano Labs.
Hi, I'm Louis Thompson. At Nomadic Escapes, we believe that the next big thing will be a new...
I'm sorry, that's not Nano Labs. Love digital events. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to start in the presentation of Nano Labs. Enjoy.
Lithium-ion battery dominates the rechargeable battery market. However, lithium-ion battery is very susceptible to explosion that leads to accidents that even cost lives and properties. To address this issue, we at Nano Labs would like to introduce to you a safe, eco-friendly, economical, and sustainable zinc-ion battery. Our dealers provide coin cell zinc-ion battery to electronic wearable companies. Our rechargeable coin cell zinc-ion battery costs €1 per piece, which is 3 times cheaper than the rechargeable coin cell lithium-ion battery that costs around €3 to €7 per piece. The coin cell battery market is projected to reach €96.22 billion by 2025. Our serviceable available market is the Philippines, wherein there are a total of 319 electronic companies. Then we will expand to Southeast Asia, where there is a total of 4,620 electronic companies, which are potential serviceable available market before we expand globally and collaborate with the giant electronic companies. Zinc-ion battery is safe, eco-friendly, economical, and sustainable rechargeable battery. The rechargeable zinc-ion battery is 3 times cheaper than the rechargeable coin cell lithium-ion battery with comparable performance. In addition, zinc is 15 times more abundant than lithium, and zinc-ion battery can be manufactured at room condition without the use of inert environment and sophisticated equipment such as glove box. Zinc-ion battery is also non-flammable due to aqueous electrolyte. It is non-toxic and can reduce carbon dioxide emission due to production by up to 40%. Our product is a coin cell type rechargeable zinc-ion battery with more than 2,000 stable cycles. Our battery is composed of flexible binder-free electrode and flexible electrolyte. The binder-free electrode not only improves the electrochemical performance, but also reduces the carbon dioxide emission. This promising technology has been applied for patent here in the Philippines. And we are proud to say that we are the pioneer of this technology, not only in the Philippines, but also globally. We already communicated with different companies about our technology, and we found that safety, cost, and performance are the key factors that they are looking for. We are confident that our technology met its expectations because our battery is safe, inexpensive, and with comparable performance with lithium-ion battery. We estimate a profit of €2.55 million per year if we capture 60% of the electronic companies here in the Philippines. This advanced technology will have a significant impact in reducing the carbon emission up to 40%. The cause in the increase in carbon dioxide emission of lithium-ion battery is due to the cathode fabrication, which requires 2 times calcination process at 1,000 degrees Celsius for 12 hours per process, which is no longer necessary for zinc-ion battery production. Our team is composed of PhDs in material science and engineering, as well as BS in electronics and communication engineer. I am Lynn Marie Corpus, the CTO, and together with Ryan Corpus, our CEO, are doing full-time for this venture. Our dreams are, first, to provide safe, eco-friendly, economical, and sustainable nano-solution in electrochemical energy storage and environmental challenges. Second, to achieve 2.55 million euro valuation by 2023. And third, to be a leading nano-based electrochemical energy storage company in the Philippines. At Nanolabs, we transcend nano-solution for innovation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I see you guys are all ready with the videos. Fantastic. Feel free to share any slides if you have them. And jury, please go ahead.
I have 2 points. Congratulations. But how are the infrastructure that do you need to produce the battery? And has anyone in Nanolabs team ever undertaken any business after?
First question is
about infrastructure for production.
So for the production, we want to put up a pilot plant this coming 2021. And as of now, what we are looking are partners that could help us in expediting the process of production of our zinc ion battery, because that is one of our goals. And as for the business, yes, we have a business already in the past, and one of our customer is Torlabs Electronics. That is an American company.
Okay, thank you.
Next question.
When you say the performance it can be compared to the other batteries, like how can you compare it? How durable are these batteries, and how often do we need to charge them when you compare it to the other ones?
So when it comes to life cycle of this battery, this is 3 times of this currently existing lithium battery. So that is how durable this battery is. And when it comes to safety, since we are using a electrolyte that is water-based, this is very safe and non-flammable.
Great. Sylvain, Arnaud?
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the social impact of the materials you're using compared to lithium? You touched a bit about that, but if you can expand a little bit in terms of getting the material, yeah.
Using a naturally occurring material that is 100% recyclable. So this technology, actually, zinc is already in the market, but it's not rechargeable. So the facilities for recycling for this type of battery is already there. So making it water-based, that will make it 100% recyclable.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a last question?
Yes. It's a weird question, but from your names, it seems that you are quite related. I mean, all in the same family. And how do you see? Maybe it's not true. If it is, how do you see doing a business with your family members?
So actually, we are married already, and we've been in this business already for almost 10 years. So we've been a long partner for the development of zinc ion battery, and also for this new technology that we are looking for.
So your experience in working together, okay, good.
Yes, as a researcher and as a business partner.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for that, Nanolabs. We'll give the jury a few moments to fill out the scorecards. And then after that, we're going to go through to the presentation of Nomadic Escapes. So get ready, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Ready? Need more time? Oh, good. Fantastic. You guys are so quick. So let's go on to, oh, wait. Then I have to do my work as well. You are quick, but I'm lacking behind. There we go. All right. There we go. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Louis Thompson. At Nomadic Escapes, we believe that the next big thing will be a new generation of low-impact, sustainable tented resorts, offering unique wellness and adventure experiences at affordable prices. The deal is simple. International and domestic travelers book tented pods for an average daily room rate of $300 per night. Nomadic Escapes provides innovative, sustainable accommodation, traditional wholesome food, and nature-based wellness experiences. Our beachhead market is the global wellness tourism sector. It's a $639 billion market worldwide. Interestingly, it's at the intersection of two large industries, wellness and travel. In 2018, the projected growth of the sector was 7.1% CAGR up until 2026. That's double the industry standard. We also believe that it is a potential post-COVID growth sector for the industry due to concerns about social distancing regulations. Our value proposition is anchored in providing guests with a unique lodging experience in a sustainable environment and offering our stakeholders a 20% better return on investment, 55% faster development process, 30% lower construction costs, and significantly lower utility costs than traditional hospitality models. Our competitive advantage resides in a unique range of durable, prefabricated tented accommodation units that have a low physical impact on the site, outstanding thermal performance, and excellent resistance to extreme weather conditions. These pods can be equipped with king-size beds, ensuite bathrooms, HEPA air filters, and low-energy lighting, all powered by renewable energy sources. We currently have 3 tried and tested tented models: the Seed Pod, a suspended treehouse for adventure travelers; the Urchin, a stylish standard pod for couples; and the Looper, a luxury suite that can also be adapted to the needs of families. To understand our beachhead market, we carried out in-depth interviews with 16 of the industry's specialist travel agents that work principally on wellness and ecotourism sectors to understand current guest expectations. What we discovered is that guests are looking for new, innovative lodging options. In addition, they wanted authentic experiences that were both ecological and socially inclusive with the local community. And finally, they wanted a high level of service that was both refined and relaxed. Our projections suggest that each camp would generate $1.15 million gross profit per year. This model assumes 32 rooms per camp, with a conservative occupancy rate of 60% per year, at an average daily room rate of $300 per night. We believe that our prefabrication process would allow us to roll out 15 camps over the next 5 years. According to industry standards, a conventional hotel room produces 31 kilos of carbon dioxide emissions per room night. In the Nomadic Escapes model, we're aiming for net zero daily operations. But in addition to that, we plan to introduce an environmental levy on our guests to plant 5 trees for each room night. At maturity, 22 kilos of carbon dioxide will be absorbed per tree per year. That's 770,880 kilos of carbon dioxide equivalent sequestered by each camp each year. Essentially, that's 0.3 kilos of carbon dioxide sequestered per room night. We are the first net carbon positive hospitality model. Our aim is to create the first international hospitality group that sets a new benchmark of environmentally and socially responsible tourism with a genuine net carbon positive footprint. Our outstanding team includes Olav Brun, a talented architect with a string of accolades behind him, including the AHEAD Award 2019 for the best resort in Asia, and the UNESCO Prix site for commercial architecture. Me, Louis Thompson, with over 20 years of hotel development experience across the world, building resorts and lodges for some of the leading hospitality groups in the world, and Anthony Payton, an experienced operator who get the resorts up and running with quality and exceptional guest experience.
All right, thank you very much for that. Nomadic Escapes, I see you guys are ready for the questions. Go for it, Jerry.
Okay, so thank you for that presentation. So I've got two questions. Number one, who is your first customer? Is it the individuals or the construction companies or the wellness companies? Who is the first initial target segment of customers? And number two, depending on this, would you be facing any regulation?
You are muted, unfortunately. Yes, there you go. Nope. Yes.
Okay. So basically, we have two different stakeholders involved in this. We have, from a B2B perspective, it's landowners and investors who want to start up a luxury tented camp on their land. And then secondly, we have our hotel guests who will be the people who benefit from the experience and stay at the resort. Our first two camps are here in Mauritius, but we have two further camps in the Middle East. And regulations, sorry. So the regulations, yeah, what we do is, this is quite an important one. So as you can see, all of the tented materials we use meet European fire safety regulations, and they also meet volatile organic compound off-gassing regulations. One more important element on that is that it is fully 100% recyclable materials used throughout, and we engineer the pods to 140 km/h wind speeds, but we can change the engineering according to the circumstances and site location. I hope that answers your question.
So basically, it's the camping regulations that you would be complying with.
Yeah, but we also have to take into account traditional wind loading and building permits.
Okay.
It's still a building. It's a semi-permanent building, but it's still a building.
Your business plan, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so your business plan, I think, relies on the price of 300 euros a night. I guess that's for a couple, and do you have a comparison, like other companies providing the same kind of services? Because it seems a bit high to me, I mean, to be in a tent, even if it's a luxury tent. So do you have a comparison, please?
Yeah, I can give you an immediate comparison. The tent that you're looking at behind me now is currently being rented out at $1,000 a night, which we designed and fabricated in Sri Lanka. So as far as a comparison, that is probably the ideal one. And then we looked at a competitive set analysis where we identified several competitors in this environment, and we found that $300 to $500 a night was a reasonable assumption. In fact, we went in at the lower end of the scale because Anthony believes in providing value for money.
If I understand well, your product could serve to any other markets too, like low-cost construction, housing, emergency events, and others. And why did you choose tourism or ecotourism as a niche, as a focus?
Okay, you're absolutely right. So, in fact, the original idea for the company was to develop these concepts for refugees. That was really the kind of eureka moment. However, we are hoteliers, and Anthony and I have 20 years experience. Well, Anthony has significantly more in the luxury hospitality sector, and so it was a natural fit for us to move into the hospitality industry, which is our familiar habitat, should we say.
Last quick question.
Yeah, have you considered partnering with existing operators instead of running your own camps? Since they already have the footprint, you'll have to build a lot of camps to offset the existing installations of hotels. So why not partner with existing locations?
Yeah, you know what? I might not have to build a lot of camps to upset the existing landscape. I think COVID's doing that for us. There's 8,000 hotels per month closing in the United States alone. But you're correct. And actually the reason is quite simple, is one of our main competitors in this space is following exactly that model. So he will go and pitch to luxury hotel operators such as Ritz-Carlton or Amman, for example. And he'll say, we'll do a satellite camp for you. So to be quite honest, they were quite a fierce competitor. And we felt that to do it ourselves, we would have more freedom to incorporate an integrated and holistic management process and to recruit from the local community, which was one of our main concerns. So we're actually, already the actual structure, design and approach is innovative, but also we are planning to have a very innovative approach to a holistic management process based on a concept called holacracy, in which each department would have a certain degree of autonomy and to make their own decisions. So the main reason is actually it gave us a certain amount of freedom to realize our dream, if you like, and it also gave us the opportunity to employ from the local community directly and then train them up, as opposed to conventional hospitality models in which you'll import a whole bunch of workers from elsewhere.
Right. Makes sense. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Nomadic Escapes. That's it for you. Jira will give you a few moments. And
thank you.
Good luck, guys. In the meantime, ONAPS, you guys can get ready because your presentation will be next. All good? Yep, I'll note as well. Fantastic. So get ready for the presentation of ONAPS.
More than half of the female population of the world bleeds every month. And by using synthetic sanitary pads for our biological needs, we have been contributing towards global warming. It is ending up in our season shows more often than plastic cups and straws and causing us diseases like cancers and infertility. Around 1.2 billion sanitary napkins are being dumped away alone in Pakistan, and there is no other alternative. Menstrual pads are a basic necessity, and the only solution to this problem is to switch it with biodegradable organic sanitary napkins. And that's when ONAPS comes in. Hello, my name is Sabina Yunus and I'm the founder of ONAPS. So the deal is simple. We provide a pack of 10 organic sanitary napkins to our customer at a cost of 2.5 euros, and our customer gets a rash-free, safer organic hygiene product to use. We have selected our beachhead market in Pakistan to be lady doctor, nurses and medical students on the basis that they are more aware of the dire situation, they support our cause and can help us open up different market segments. Our SAM in Pakistan is 12 million women from age 11 to 50, and we see a great potential internationally. So our total addressable market in the world is 400 million women from age 11 to 50, and our customer annual value is 6 million euros. Since we do not use any plastic and we do not use any chemicals, we eliminate the competition. We offer our customers a rash-free, eco-friendly solution, which is also available through e-commerce for convenience. We were also providing it during COVID-19, which was of great help to our customers. We have zero CO2 emission and we are certified in Pakistan. So the pad is made from plant-based compostable material, which is processed into super absorbent fibers and leak protection sheets. The entire pad's natural biodegradation age is 8 months, so it comes from plant, it goes back to plant. Another one of the innovation is in the design and layering of the product for better performance. And we have patented the raw material process and design as barrier to entry. During our customer discovery journey, we have interviewed lady doctors and female staff, and our key assumptions were that women buy their own products, synthetic sanitary napkin can get rashes, and there is a desire for change. And our key learnings were that 1 in 5 girls get rashes, and even then 91% of them were still using disposable ones because there is no safer alternative in the market. And 60% of them were even willing to pay premium for a safer organic hygiene product. After acquiring 50% of our beachhead market, our profit for the 5th year is going to be more than 1 million euros. And after acquiring 15% of our beachhead market, within the next 2 years, we can have our return on investment. Our key drivers are cost of raw material in production, number of customers, and we are having a lot of awareness campaigns in order to target more market segments and introduce more revenue streams into the business. 95% of a synthetic sanitary napkin is made out of non-recyclable plastic, which is equal to 4 plastic bags. It is also made out of super absorbent polymers. These tiny plastic balls end up in our seas and shores, and there is no mechanism to collect them because they are so tiny. By just eliminating that, we create a huge positive climate impact because now we can have cleaner oceans and landfills. We also eliminate plastic packaging into biodegradable packaging. So our total CO2 saving for 50% of our beachhead market is 72,443 tons. We serve a circular economy as well because our product is 100% compostable, and we have a mechanism of collecting used pads, composting them, and then providing them as organic fertilizers, which is good for the soil. Since we use local raw materials, we help local farmers provide more jobs and inviting more economic stability into the region. We are a team of diverse background yet relevant ones, and we share a common dream to have a 50 million evaluation, to innovate more hygiene products and revolutionize the hygiene industry, to be able to provide a safer hygiene product to every girl out there, and to provide for ending period poverty. In order to do so, we have assigned 5% of our total earnings in order to contribute towards ending period poverty. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Members of the jury, any questions?
Yes, actually. So how is the quality and performance of the product when compared to the existing products out in the market? And has any customers tested the product and what was their feedback? That's number one. And number two, do you have the plans and the feasibility for the production?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Excellent question. Thank you for the question. Yes, the products have been tested and they're better because they don't get any rashes and they're easily disposable. They dispose off easily, and since they absorb very well and they dry off very quickly as compared to the other one and doesn't get any rashes. So that's how they're better in performance. And these were the exact feedbacks from the customers as well. And our customers love it, and we already are in the market and we're selling it off. So the feasibility right now is through e-commerce platform. We deliver door-to-door nationwide through our e-commerce platform.
So you are producing it yourselves?
Yes, we have a manufacturing unit here in Pakistan, and we have figured out the way to get the raw material, process them, and then manufacture them, have the warehouse, and then deliver it through e-commerce platform.
Marcia.
Could you talk a little more about social impacts and especially about the jobs creation that you are expecting?
Yes, thank you for the question. Excellent one, actually. It is a much needed initiative in Pakistan. The social impact we are catering is 5% that we are giving for ending period poverty. Girls get out of school because they don't have a safer hygiene product to use in most areas in Pakistan. So what we did during COVID-19 was that we were giving them for free and we were delivering it to them. And that's what we plan to do on a yearly basis. And we are creating more jobs through hiring local farmers for our raw materials. Local farmers can hire skilled labor, and we are also creating more jobs within the company as we are hiring a lot of female as our campus ambassadors, as a spokesperson, and our female ambassadors and female staff to actually deliver this product. The product will be delivered through company directly to the customer, but there will be a mediator, a female, who is going to get a percentage through promoting a cause. So that's how we are creating more jobs. So everybody can work from home. This model was designed during COVID-19.
Yes, and this brings me to my next question. So you're selling online. Given the current state of your company, what have you done to start acquiring customers, or get an understanding of how much it will cost you to get customers to start using your product? And maybe it's a subscription model, because this is a recurring product usage that you have here.
Yes, excellent question. Thank you for that. Yes, we have been doing online business during COVID-19, because this had been the only solution familiar to us during that time period. And this was a much needed product, and was actually short in the market, because the current product is being imported in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
So we had this very much advantage that we were manufacturing within the country. And since we save a lot of CO2 in the transportation as well by manufacturing it locally. So at the current stage, only e-commerce platform seemed feasible. Now we are already in contact with and in conversation with the distributors, local distributors and local retailers, to place up our product in shelves when the shopping malls will open. And yes, we are actually doing all that working now to shelf our product into the market.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sabina. That's it for the Q&A. Goes fast, doesn't it? Jerry, we'll give you a few moments, and then after you've done filling out the scorecards, we actually have 2 more pitches to go. So we're nearing the end of this session. That's crazy. People from Pine Kazi, and this might be the one that I'm not pronouncing correctly, actually. So if you do already have your video available or your microphone, maybe you can tell me how to pronounce it correctly. Or maybe I did. Well, we'll find out in the video anyway. And I'm sorry if I didn't. So let me know when you guys are ready. Right, fantastic. I'll start in the next video. Good luck, guys.
Did you know that pineapples, fruits we all love to eat, produces 766 million Did you know that pineapples, fruits we all love to eat, produces 766 million
There seems to be a problem with the video, so I'm going to check the file on my computer to see if the individual video works instead of in this presentation. Give me 1 second to figure it out. Okay, the video file actually does work, so I'm going to start that in now.
Did you know that pineapples, fruits we all love to eat, produces 766 million tons of post-harvest waste annually? Kenya alone, my home country, produces 80,000 tons of waste per month, which is either eliminated by burning or chemical decomposition. This is enough to warm up the Earth's temperatures by 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit by 2030. The problem extends well beyond climate change, as it's a major cause of respiratory problems and cancer as well. To move away from these destructive practices, we created Pine Kazi. With Pine Kazi, we are working with unemployed youths in our community to convert the pineapple waste into eco-friendly casual shoes, which we sell to eco-conscious millennials at a price of 40 euros per pair. We will strategically penetrate the market by targeting eco-conscious millennials in USA as our beachhead market. The reason why we chose USA as our beachhead market is because currently there is a massive push for adoption of sustainable footwear by the year 2021. What this simply means is that by 2021, sales are expected to hit 280 million euros, and consumer demand for sustainable footwear will rise by 5.8% post-COVID-19. We will later on expand our customer base to the rest of the world, specifically Europe and Asia. The excitement about Pine Kazi is so contagious that we have already received partnership requests from shoe retailers in Egypt, Jordan, and USA. 90% of eco-conscious millennials will purchase sustainable footwear but are not willing to pay a higher price. We will therefore offer our product at a price point of 40 euros per pair, enabling our customers to save 72 euros, having purchased a product that has a longer shelf life, is of good quality, and is 3 times more affordable than the current sustainable footwear in the market. To make our product, we collect the pineapple waste from the farm, manufacture it into a sustainable pineapple textile through a patent-pending process, give it to our highly talented shoe artisans who are unemployed youths in the community, who craft it into our unique pineapple shoes, which, by the way, are pineapple scented. To better understand our customers and the kind of market we are tapping into, we conducted a beta testing in London for 5 weeks and received 800 pre-orders valued at 24,000 euros, and we established 3 key learnings: that sustainability is desired in footwear, price and quality are key factors informing buyer purchasing decisions, and our product is indeed desirable due to its unique properties and affordability. Pine Kazi cannot be successful if money is not in the equation. We project to make a profit of 10,800,000 euros, having captured a 20% market share of our beachhead market, with our key value drivers being the cost of the product, the price of the product, and market share. If we capture 20% of our beachhead market, we will drastically save 4.2 million kilograms of carbon and reduce water usage by 90%, having sold 400,000 pairs of shoes by 2025. Kazi is a Swahili word that means job, and we aspire to generate 5,000 new green jobs to unemployed youths in Kenya by 2025 and generate a revenue of 39 million euros by 2025 as well. And we have the right team to achieve this. Engineer Paul Wambua has over 30 years experience in textile engineering and material science. Mike Langat, who's impeccable with numbers, is in charge of sales and finances of the business. Angela Nzomo, the COO, is a guru in international marketing and is in charge of design as well. And finally, my name is Olivia Awar, and I am the CEO in charge of strategic decision making and business innovation. Pine Kazi is more than just a product. It's a movement towards liberation as we save our climate and provide meaningful employment to unemployed, disconnected youths in Kenya who are silently waiting in the wings. We aspire, and so should you.
Thank you so much. So you guys are ready. Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay. So congratulations on the pineapple scented cheese. They sound perfect. The question is, when it comes to retail and selling globally, basically, most probably you're going to have to invest a lot in marketing and branding. What are your plans for the branding, and how do you see your sales channels globally? That's number one. Number two, do you include the logistics climate impact while calculating the effect on the climate?
You're still muted, Olivia.
Okay, thank you for your two questions. So the first one was on marketing and branding. So when majority of our target market are eco-conscious millennials. Majority of millennials spend 90% of their time on social media. So we are planning to use social media platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook to market our products and sell our story. Then the second question was on our sales channels. So we are planning to sell our shoes through Amazon, because it will give us like a larger customer base, and it will also remove the burden of shipping on our side. And also we are planning to partner with retailers in different countries, so it will be easier for our customers to buy the products in those countries. Yeah, so we are planning to sell through Amazon and also through strategic partnerships with retailers in different countries. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't get your second question. Could you please repeat?
Yeah, it was about calculating the climate impact. Like, do you include the logistics impact on the climate as well while calculating the climate impact? Because shipping something from overseas, let's say, also causes some climate, some CO2 emissions. Like, do you include that in as well?
While calculating the climate impact, we did consider some of the climate issues that will be brought about by shipping, and that's why in future we saw that we are going to like sell these shoes in these countries, and even like manufacture the shoes in this countries, so that we can try and mitigate that climate impact. Yeah.
Thank you. One more question, if there is one. Marcia.
Well, congratulations, Olivia. But I want to know if it's your first business, and how do you plan to get the initial capital to start it?
Thank you for your question. Yes, it's our first business. Regarding the capital to start, we are planning on, because we won't lie, raising capital can be a bit challenging. But to try and deal with that, we have tried and signed strategic partnerships with key stakeholders in this industry. For example, when it comes to waste and the production space, we are in the process of finalizing a memorandum of understanding with Del Monte, which is the largest producer of pineapples in Kenya and generally the world. And this MOU will see us acquiring the raw materials for free, and Del Monte will also give us free production space in exchange of creating jobs around the area. And also our university, African Nazarene, is very supportive of such business ventures, and the business department will be willing to chip in some capital just to help us to kickstart and commercialize our operations on ground. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. That's the 3 minutes already. Thank you for asking the questions. Thank you for answering. Jury will give you a few moments, after which it will be time for the last pitch of today by Synthesia. So get ready, you guys. Everyone ready for it? Okay, let's do it.
Hi, I'm Ting, and I'm the team lead of Synthesy. Let's start with a simple question. How many fish did you eat last week? Well, I had a fish and chips on Friday, so that's easy. 1 fish. But there's a more important question to be asked. How many fish were needed to make my fish and chips? And the answer to that is not 1, but hundreds. Why is this happening? More than 50% of the fish we eat come from aqua farms. However, farmed fish need omega-3 in order to grow and be nutritious. To solve this, wild fish are caught, squeezed into fish oil containing omega-3, and sold to aquafeed companies to incorporate into their feed at a price of 6,800 euros a ton. This dependency on capturing millions of small fish from the wild makes the aquaculture industry terminally unsustainable. And here's where we come in. We are developing a proprietary process that converts flaxseed oil into omega-3. We provide a sustainable alternative to fish oil, breaking the dependency on wild fish, and crucially, do so at 1/5 of the cost. Our beachhead is Norwegian Salmon Aquafeed Companies, is the world's second largest fish exporter, and salmon, their main export, requires 228 million euros worth of omega-3. While this is a large beachhead, the market is dominated by just 5 key players, making further segmentation difficult. After our beachhead, we'll expand to other European markets and eventually towards the global total available market. We'll be able to reach not just large aquafeed companies, but smallholder aqua farmers making their own feed, who are severely impacted by rising prices of fish oil. In addition, our technology is a platform, which means it's transferable, able to produce a wide range of lipids for many potential markets, such as pharmaceuticals, supplements, and livestock. Half the cost of raising farm salmon comes from the feed. That's why our key value proposition to aquafeed companies is omega-3 that is up to 80% cheaper, delivering a 15% reduction in the cost of their feed. Additionally, our omega-3 doesn't use wild fish or contain pollutants such as mercury or PCBs. Finally, we are a long-term solution. Aquaculture production is projected to grow by 32% by 2030. However, fisheries around the world are already at maximum capacity, limiting the supply of omega-3. Fish oil's inability to meet demand is holding back a multi-billion-dollar industry, while we will allow continued growth. We're currently developing our bacterial strain and proprietary conversion process that makes omega-3 from plant oils such as flax. One key point is that our bacteria don't produce omega-3, they convert. This distinction means that under EU law, it's considered non-GMO, incredibly valuable to the Norwegian market. This is a strong advantage against companies like Nuseed, whose omega-3 producing rapeseed are considered GMO. Additionally, our process is scalable. Infrastructure for bacteria have been present for decades, and farms have been operating for millennia. This is in strong contrast to algae companies like Alga Prime, who have trouble scaling to meet demand. We interviewed the major aquafeed companies that control 90% of our beachhead, as well as consultants and professors. We confirmed demand for particular types of omega-3, which shaped our development process. We found that even though GMO regulations are self-imposed, they are make or break. No one wants GMO products in their feed. Finally, we found companies operated with very slim profit margins, highlighting price as a key pain point. In 2025, we aim to have 20% of the market share, selling around 33,000 tons of oil with a profit of 17 million euros. Because it's such a consolidated market, the key driver is market share. The second is cost of production. Luckily, while the price of fish oil can fluctuate up to 50% annually, plant yields are relatively stable. The last is the amount of omega-3 companies need, which is projected to grow alongside the aquaculture industry. In terms of CO2, we emit 73% less CO2 than omega-3 from fish oil. With 20% of our beachhead market, we can save 196,800 tons of CO2. But of course, CO2 is not the only thing we're saving, because our omega-3 has benefits that lie beneath the surface. By reducing the pressure on overexploited fish, we prevent the loss of keystone species critical to the ocean ecosystem, preserving marine biodiversity. Additionally, 19.3 million people are directly employed by the aquaculture industry, and removing their reliance on fish oil will secure these jobs and create more by allowing the industry to grow. Finally, 10% of all the fish caught around the world are not eaten by humans. They're used in feed. But 1 billion people depend on fish as their primary protein source. By providing fish-free omega-3, we can allow aquaculture to become a pillar of food security and prevent a migration to red meat, which has a much larger carbon footprint. Our team is mostly undergrads studying biology degrees in Imperial, while I'm getting my master's. I've won prizes for my work in biotech, while Reese was a co-founder of Malthus Media from the previous Climate Launchpad cohort. We also have John and Edward as our mentors, who have extensive experience in the industry. We want to develop an alternative to omega-3 from wild-caught fish and achieve a valuation of 85 million euros in 2025. But in the end, our goal is to make a lipid synthesis platform that will span across industries.
Thank you very much. The last Q&A. Go ahead.
Curious to hear more about, this is a serious problem, which I know a little bit about because I've been working with companies in the sector. You talk about a platform. You want to give a bit more detail about what's your platform, what's the tech, and how you can scale it.
So what we want to do is become a lipid synthesis platform because although our first target market is omega-3 for aquafeed, technically we are able to change what lipid is being made by altering the, the novel bacterial strains that we have. And yeah, we have identified some potential markets because lipids are a very big potential market.
Okay, so it's a general process that you're applying to this industry first, but
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
To add to that, sort of our core technology idea is to work from a precursor rather than engineering the bacterial strain to be able to produce all of these lipids from scratch, but rather starting from something that can be abundantly and sustainably sourced and doing the sort of last few biochemical steps you need for a more valuable product.
Mm-hmm.
And what stage are you at the moment?
So we're about 9 months old. We were about to go into the lab in June, and obviously COVID happened. So right now, one of our co-founders is in Korea, and she's starting the lab work there. But we're still in the proof of concept development phase.
I'm following up on that. So how did you calculate the cost if you're still at this very early stage? And how do you anticipate a potential scaling problem? Because it's not trivial when it comes to fermentation.
Definitely. So the cost we calculated first by taking the price of flaxseed. So flaxseed, we chose flaxseed as because it's the cheapest precursor per kilogram. And what we did was we just multiplied that by 3 to get the cost of our production. So we have a 200% profit margin, 200% margin to use for production. So bioreactors, fermentation, things like that. And that's our assumption. So obviously the 80% cheaper is not exact, but that is our goal. And given that we have such a big margin, we are pretty sure that we can achieve it. And with regards to scaling, so scaling is a pretty key part of our technology because it's such a huge industry. But because we are using a bacterial process, we know that this is not a problem that's unique to us. So bacterial things have been produced at large scale for quite a while now. And the best similar thing that helps people understand is if you look at something like lactose-free milk, how it's made is they take normal milk and then they take lactase from bacteria and they they pass the milk through the lactase enzymes, and then that gets rid of the lactose. And it's similar for us. So we take the oil, we run it through our bacteria and enzymes, and they become omega-3. And milk is not something that
has trouble scaling. It's a huge industry. So we are aware that scaling will be hard, but it's not a problem that's unique to us. The technology already exists out there, so we just kind of need the money to, we need to get expertise, but it's not impossible. And we do plan to partner with companies in the future to develop scale our tech.
We are running out of time. There's time for one more super quick last question. But the jury might be satisfied by the looks of it. Great. So I think that means that we're coming to an end of today's session. And I'd like to thank you all for your preparations, for the videos that you recorded, for being here the entire session, not only doing your own presentation and Q&A, but sticking around for the others as well. Thank you very much. We're looking for the next big thing. I've heard some amazing ideas and some amazing next big things. So I'm very excited for the jury deliberation and the outcome, but I'm very impressed with all your ideas. It's just wonderful to have half of the world, joining us in this session, and so many people with so many great ideas. I wish all of you a lot of good luck. And tomorrow you will find out whether or not you'll go through to the final on Friday. So that means you can now all leave the session. I have no idea what time it is with you guys. I would say have a lovely evening, but it might be morning or it might be night because I have no idea where you guys are. But have a nice continue of your day. Thank you for being here, and judges, please stick around. Bye, guys.